with inflammation and fibrosis. You see it right here. Subtotal gastrectomy is the only way to go.
Okay, when should I schedule?
Trapper, look what I got for you.
All right, Starch, put him over there. Oh, the stomach is dilated.
Flowers?
What?
Somebody sent you flowers?
Yep, that's what it says.
Well, what do you think?
Well?
Well?
Well, what?
Well, aren't you going to even look at the card?
Aren't you even curious?
No, but if you two are, go ahead.
You gotta admit, Trapper, it's not every day that you... Thanks for another beautiful year, Melanie.
Melanie? Your ex-wife?
Uh-huh.
But you're divorced.
That's why it's a beautiful year.
Now, I used to send her the very same note when we were still married, but since our divorce, she's kept up the tradition. Ah, which reminds me, I've got to phone and confirm our dinner reservations for tonight.
Oh, dinner?
Yes, of course. It's our anniversary.
Of course.
Mrs. McIntyre, please.
Screwiest divorce I've ever seen.
Melanie, your roses are beautiful.
Happy anniversary, darling.
You remembered?
Of course I remembered. Girl doesn't get divorced every day, you know. We still on for tonight?
Sure. What time shall I pick you up?
Well, we close here in another 5 minutes. Then I have to do my tally sheet. Say in about an hour?
Right.
Employee entrance. Great. See you then. Ciao. Thanks, Mrs. Rogers. Enjoy it. 5 more minutes, ladies. Oh, I'm sorry. Come back and see us. I hate to rush you, madam, but we close in 5 minutes. Can I get you another size or something? I know these new styles are terrible. Nothing looks that good on me either. Look, why don't I just take out what you don't want, and that way you can... Doing here? Whose little baby are you? Oh, sweetheart. You're so beautiful. Oh, let's go find your mommy. I think you're in the wrong department. Oh, what a baby. You want infants with us? Okay, we'll go find your mommy. Yes, sweetheart. Oh.
Take a minute. Here, hold this. Ah, still can't reach it. Here, you try it. Your arms are longer.
What are we looking for?
A book. It's down at the bottom there. Sometimes the best things are at the bottom.
Hi, Trapper. Find anything?
Not yet.
I see you've met Veronica. Keep each other company. I'll be right back.
You're waiting for Mrs. McIntyre. Hey, you're her ex, the doctor.
How'd you know?
You can tell a lot about people just looking at them. Come on, don't be a loser. Look again. Reach, just reach. She's a doll, a doll. Too bad the two of you couldn't make a go of your marriage.
Is that what you're looking for?
Oh, shoot. I've already read this one. Give it to the lending library.
Ready, darling?
What's that?
Trapper, you're not going to believe what happened.
Whose kid?
I don't know. Somebody left it in the fitting room.
If somebody left it, then what are you doing with it?
I know what you're going to say, that the child should be turned over to the authorities right away.
You mean you haven't even called them?
But look at him, Trapper, poor little thing.
Melanie.
If I turned him in now, they'd probably put him in a foster home, and his mother might be brought up on charges.
The kid's been abandoned. It's got to be turned in.
I know, and I will, right after dinner.
You mean we're taking him to dinner?
Of course not. You're taking me home where I'm preparing his dinner.
Well, what about ours?
We'll just have to cancel. Look at Trapper. He's probably tired and hungry. I just can't leave him on some policeman's desk. The least I can do is keep him safe and comfortable until his parents get home. I'm sorry.
She's sorry.
Yep, definitely a bad day. Says it's not even a good day to get out of bed.
Just read the good part.
That was the good part.
What does it say about Leos?
Leo, let's see.
When are you people going to learn? These astrologers are nothing but charlatans and rogues. They bait you with gleaming generalizations and vague...
Capricorn, right?
Actually, I'm on the cusp with a rising sign in Virgo, but my moon's in Taurus. What is this?
I knew it. We should have eloped. I mean, I know this never would have happened if we would have eloped. Like I told you not to wear the high heels, Angela. I told you to wear the pumps, but do you listen to your mother?
No.
Listen to her father.
I told you. Can we have a little quiet here?
Please. Thank you. Now, what seems to be the problem?
Look, I was walking down the aisle, right?
Her knee.
And
Her knee. She was walking down the aisle and she must have tripped on the rug.
But, Mother,
It wasn't the rug, it was her train. It couldn't have been her train. She was holding her train. I saw it with my own eyes.
$300 for a gown, and she trips on it.
Big weddings. I hate big weddings. I knew we should have eloped.
You're not going to elope.
Really
You're not eloping.
I'm going to elope.
This is no way to treat an emergency. First of all, let's get this young lady into a wheelchair. Jackson, can we have a wheelchair, please? All right. Miss?
Watch the gown.
Please.
Could you speed this up? I've only got the church for an hour. And
Right, whoops. All right, let's take an X-ray.
X-ray? X-ray?
Yes.
Is it serious? It isn't serious, is it? I mean, it can't be too serious.
Madam, I haven't even examined her yet.
What if it's serious? We'll have to postpone the wedding.
Over my dead body after what I've gone through? Over my dead body!
Listen, I'll need the file on rostrum, and then...
Hi, darling.
Melanie, what?
Now, don't get mad. There's a very good explanation for this.
There better be.
I just couldn't do it, Trapper. I checked the newspapers, the TV news. Nothing. Nobody seems to be missing a baby.
Now, wait a minute. Have you or have you not reported this to the authorities?
Of course I'm going to.
Going to? You mean you...
I mean, there hasn't been time. I've been up with him all night. Look at him. He's crying. He must be teething or something. He's hot. Won't eat. Trapper, I couldn't hand him over to the authorities like this. Who knows what kind of family might get him?
Melanie, there are some very good foster families.
Oh, Trapper, face it. There's nobody could give him the care and attention we could.
We?
Well, you're a doctor, aren't you? Just take a look at him. Well, tell me what to do about his fever. What are you doing?
Calling Myers in pediatrics.
You can't do that.
Why not?
Well, what if he gets suspicious, starts asking questions?
So what?
Like his name, his age, past medical history. He'd get suspicious.
Melanie, I don't know what kind of strings you think you're gonna pull.
Strings? A baby is sick and you accuse me of trying to pull strings?
You are harboring an abandoned child.
You really are a cold, cruel, heartless beast, Don McIntyre. You know that?
All right, I'll look at him.
Oh, forget it. Not on your life. I'll find someone else, someone who cares about babies, and then won't ask so many questions.
Hey, will I be able to walk again?
You'll be out of here in 3 days, good as new.
3 days? Did you get a stay here for 3 days.
The guests will be gone in 3 days.
The caterers won't be here in 3 days. And I've only got the church for an hour.
She has a locked knee. She needs to go to 4 East. Excuse me, folks.
You had to wear your high heels.
Well, what'd you expect me to wear? Sneakers?
Well, it wasn't her heels. It was that cheap train. For a few more dollars, you could have bought a better fabric.
Hey.
That wasn't for you. That was for him.
Calm down, everybody. It's gonna be okay.
Okay, are you kidding? It took me 2 months to book the guy with the accordion. Not to mention the banquet hall.
Oh, boy, I feel really terrible. I mean, really embarrassed.
Shut up, Angela. Do you have any idea how many people are waiting in the church?
Were there many guests?
Well, they're about...
Only a couple hundred of the immediate family, that's all.
And they all made a special trip to San Francisco.
By limo.
That's right. Just for Angela's wedding.
See? You see? She's starting again, okay? I should have eloped, all right? I should have eloped. I want to...
How can you say that to me when you know what a wedding means to me? You're trying to kill me. You are trying to kill me. Look at these gray hairs.
Calm down. There must be something we can do. Yes, I'm sure we can help you.
Dr. Coke, line 4. Dr. Coke, line 4.
Why, Dr. Gates.
Oh, hi, how are you?
Gonzo, what a nice surprise.
What do you got there? New intern?
Yeah, isn't he cute? I've been babysitting for a friend.
Oh, too bad. We could have used the help.
You know, I've been kind of worried ever since I got him. He acts like he's a little under the weather.
Really? Maybe Trapper ought to take a look.
Well, I thought about that, but I hate to bother Trapper. You know how busy he is. I thought I'd take him over to pediatrics. Of course, I hate the thought of taking him to a total stranger. They'll probably want to call his mother, and I wouldn't want to worry her in case it's nothing.
Tell you what, I'm not doing anything right now. Why don't I take a look?
Well, now, why didn't I think of that?
Come here, come on. Oh, yeah.
And now, with the power vested in me, I pronounce you husband and wife.
Our wedding's beautiful, beautiful. Star, she's getting awfully fidgety. How long is Gonzo going to be?
Well, we just had to go to the lab to pick up the results of the test.
Here you are. Oh, look here.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, to the bride and groom, a toast. May their lives be filled with many blessed events like this one. Oh, what's the matter, young fella?
You don't know how to hold a baby. Oh, please, here, let me hold him. I've got one just this age it is.
Should have brought you brownie.
Where's the baby?
There.
Where's his mother?
Mother? Gee, I don't really know right now.
Melanie, you've got to get a hold of her right away.
I think she's out of town. It's impossible. Why?
You'd better find her, or we're going to have an epidemic on our hands.
Epidemic? What are you talking about? What's wrong with him?
I don't know how it happened, but the kid's got pneumonic plague.
Plague?
Gut, Miss Sims. Sie haben Zimmer 414.
Und da drüben holen Sie bitte Ihre Antibiotika ab.
Du musstest das Baby auch überall rumreichen. Ist dir klar, dass unsere Freunde uns das nie im Leben verzeihen werden?
Ach, das ist mir egal. Wer das hier alles bezahlt, das fragt
Du hast uns doch diese Misere eingebrockt.
How long are we going to be here? I've got to get home to my kids.
Believe me, we'll get you out of here as soon as possible.
Any change in the baby?
We're watching him closely. It's lucky you brought him in.
I wish you'd tell that to Trapper. I think he holds me responsible for this entire mess. Could I see the baby? Just for a minute.
Not while he's in isolation. As it is, you've had too much exposure to him already.
Well, then when?
Well, maybe when his fever's down, provided you don't show any symptoms yourself.
Symptoms? How long could that take?
We've got to keep all of you under observation for at least 6 days.
6 days?
Arnold, we can't quarantine that entire wedding party. It'll take an entire wing to accommodate him.
4 East will do very well. I mean, after all, we can't push him out on the streets. We can't take the chance. I got to think about the reputation of the hospital.
What about the reputation of the hospital?
I checked with the health department. All we have to do is give him prophylactic antibiotics, quarantine him at home, have him check the temperatures twice a day. We don't have to keep all those people here.
He's right, Arnie. They're becoming a nuisance.
Trapper, we're talking about pneumonic plague.
A very infectious disease, John.
Arnold, the chances of anybody in that wedding party being contaminated is minimal.
Especially if they're treated with tetracycline.
But if one of them, just one of them, comes down with it, whom do you think they will pick on then?
And wouldn't we be slapped with a nasty little lawsuit?
And you were exposed to it, Trapper. And so was Gates. What precautions are you taking?
Well, we're keeping ourselves under medical surveillance, taking antibiotics, and we both had the anti-plague vaccine in the service.
And that should certainly be sufficient.
Well, I'm going by the book on this one, Doctor. And it's up to you to see that everyone gives me their total support.
We're counting on you, John. Talk to you, Arnold. Just want to tell you what a magnificent job you've been doing under this.
Inhalation therapist, do I see you? Inhalation therapist, do I see you?
Tell your mother she's going to have to fix dinner. I won't be home. Lori, are you listening to me? Look,
No.
Lori, what's going on there? Just
No.
put your brother on the phone right now. Right now. You hear me, Lori? Now.
Oh, Melanie?
Oh, Trapper, hi. Any leads on the baby's parents?
Oh, no, not yet. The police report was filed a bit late, if you'll recall. It's Mr. Hughes. He's from the Public Health Service.
Oh, Mr. Hughes. Well, it's nice to meet you.
Vernon, I found that informality is essential during epidemics. It eases the tension. I worked that cholera job in India a few years ago.
I told Mr. Hughes about...
Vernon.
Yes, of course. About you and the baby. He wants to ask some questions.
Won't you sit down, please?
Sure. Thank you.
Well, first of all, we've got to have a fix on the source. That's always our main target, you know. Now, at this point, we only have one victim, an infant.
Right.
Dr. McIntyre tells me that you found the child.
Yes, I did. In a fitting room at Bradshaw's, where I work.
Bradshaw's? What do you do there?
Well, I've been assistant buyer in sportswear for about 6 months.
Assistant buyer? My...
Vernon, we have a potential epidemic on our hands. What do you suggest we do about it?
Well, most importantly, we have got to find out where the baby came from. Mrs. McIntyre, do you remember seeing anyone with an infant or carrying a basket, anything like that?
No, nobody. I'm sorry.
Doctor, I suggest that you and your staff carefully examine all of those people, and I think that Mrs. McIntyre and I should sit here and analyze every aspect of the situation. You don't mind, do you?
Oh, no, not at all, Vernon.
Good, good. Will you excuse us, Doctor? An assistant buyer, that is fascinating.
Will you tell me about that cholera job in India?
What did you say the symptoms were again?
Restlessness, coughing, muscle ache, delirium, high fever.
Fever, that's it. I'm burning up. This place is so hot, I think I'm going to pop.
Oh, well, that's because we turned the air conditioning off in this section, sir. You wouldn't want the plague germs to be going through the air duct.
I'd rather have the plague.
Dougie, I told you once, and I'm not going to tell you again. You are not to throw ice at your sister. I don't care who started it.
Still by. Oh, yeah, I wish I could get to be dummy once in a while. Pass.
You okay?
Fine. Just waiting around till I can see the baby.
Seems to be holding his own.
Trapper, be honest with me. What are his chances?
Well, his fever is still pretty high, but if we can control it and keep him from going into convulsions or shock in the next several hours, I think it'll be okay.
He's just got to make it. He's just got to.
Look, Melanie, just because you found the baby, you don't have to feel responsible.
But I do feel responsible.
Okay, but he's here now. You did your part.
Trapper, I've been thinking. When he gets better and can leave here, they'll probably put him in a foster home. That is, until they find someone who can adopt him.
And you're going to volunteer for the foster home, right?
No. I thought maybe I would adopt him.
Adopt?
Permanently, for my own. Well, Oh, don't look so stunned. You have to admit, I was a pretty terrific mother.
Yes, you were. You brought up 2 beautiful kids, and you should know more than anybody else that you don't adopt a child on a whim.
Whim? I've given this a lot of thought.
What's the matter? Isn't the career what you thought it would be?
That has nothing to do with it. Single people, working people are adopting kids all the time now.
Melanie, this whole thing...
Trapper, I don't care what you say. I'm totally serious. I've made up my mind. I'm going to adopt this child. Now, you can either help me or not.
Dr. John, line 1. Dr. John, line 1.
Whoa, hold on. Can't go in there.
I have to go in there.
No, it's quarantined. I can't
I
let you
have
in.
to see Tony. Tony Ramirez. He's in there, right?
Sorry, I don't...
What about Mrs. McIntyre? She's in there. I know she is.
She's part of the quarantine.
Then you have to let me in. She knows about Tony.
Listen, I'm sorry.
Tony Ramirez, my baby.
Your baby?
Yes, my baby, my kid, the one she's got. I'm Tony's mother, and I want him.
What do you mean it's her baby?
She identified him right down to the last mole. It's her kid, Melanie.
Are they absolutely sure?
I don't get it. I should think you'd be happy, relieved that we found the mother.
Oh, I am. Still.
Still?
Well, I just think it's strange, don't you? Why would a mother abandon a child in the first place?
All I want to do now is get my baby and go.
You see, I don't think you understand. We're not talking cold and flu. We're talking pneumonic plague. We're talking epidemics.
Mrs. Ramirez, we need to know where you've been, where your baby's been, and if anyone else has been exposed to it.
I didn't know my baby was sick. I never would have left my Tony if I knew he was sick.
Yes, but you left him alone in a department store.
I did not leave him alone. I left him with a friend.
A friend?
I needed work. I had a chance to find a job. I thought I'd be gone only a couple of hours.
Elena, we have to know who you left the baby with. Please.
Well, that can't be her.
Think positive. She fits the description. Excuse me, ma'am.
No, a talker. What do you want?
I just want to ask you a couple of questions. Is your name Veronica?
Why? Are you my computer date?
I'm Vernon Hughes, Communicable Diseases Center.
And I'm Dr. Gates, San Francisco Memorial Hospital.
Listen, I don't know nothing.
We just want to know if you're the lady who took care of the Ramirez baby.
Why?
He's very sick.
Can't blame me. I only had the kid a little while.
Then you did have the child.
What's it to you?
He's in the hospital, Veronica, with pneumonic plague.
What's that?
It's a very serious and contagious disease.
It can kill people.
And what we want to know is where you've been with the baby and if you've been in contact with anyone else since then.
Me? Oh, no, I'm a loner. I only said I'd keep the kid because the Ramirez lady said she was coming right back. She didn't. So I dumped the kid off at Bradshaw's. Better words where. A lady named McIntyre picked it up. I figured she was a motherly type.
Veronica, you're going to have to come to the hospital with us for observation.
Hospital? Are you kidding? I can't afford to leave my business. Shouldn't have got involved. Every time you do a person a favor, what do you get? Plague. Here, you, and that's for you, and would you mind picking this up, please? Thanks very much. And where's your car?
This
I
way.
assume you have a car.
Come with us.
How's your little boy? You're the baby's mother, aren't you? I'm Melanie McIntyre.
I should thank you for taking care of my child.
Oh, it was no trouble at all. He's very sweet. I'm sure he'll be fine.
They promised me he will. As soon as he is well, we can leave.
I'll miss him.
Miss him?
Well, I only took care of him for a little while, but I guess I felt kind of close to him. Like he was one of my own.
One of your own?
Mrs. Ramirez, we could be here for a few days. If there's anything you need, anything I can do.
Why?
Well, I'd just be happy to help, do what I can. As a matter of fact, when we thought Tony was abandoned, I was thinking of adopting him myself.
Adopting Tony? My kid? You think you can help by relieving me of the burden of my child?
I don't think what I said came out right. I was only offering...
I know what you were offering. You were being nice to the poor little wetbag, showing me how much you can give my son. How much you have, how much I don't have.
I only wanted to...
To what, to help?
Yes.
How? By reminding me of how much I can't give my son. We don't want your liberal favors, Mrs. McIntyre. The only way you can help is to leave us alone.
Pharmacist on call. Please go to CCU staff. Pharmacist on call. Please go to CCU staff.
What are you doing?
We have to get out of here.
You want to tell me what's going on?
Those men out there, they're from the immigration department.
They can't touch you, Elena. You're in quarantine.
They can do anything they want, including sending me home without my baby.
Not while you're in this hospital. Now, come on, put the baby down.
You don't understand. I'm an illegal alien.
We won't let them take you, Elena, I promise. Now, put down the baby. Go on. Come with me. Come on.
Dr. Payne, go to receiving. Dr. Payne, you're wanted receiving.
There you see? Nobody's taking you anywhere.
But they'll be back.
Why, then we'll have time to figure out something.
If I stay here, they will deport me for sure.
Not if I can help it.
Why would you want to help me?
Because I'm hoping that you can help me. Now, I don't care how you and Tony got here, legally or illegally. What I do care about is where you've been, the people you've been with.
I can't tell you.
Look, you're not helping anybody this way. Now, I've got to find the source of your baby's disease so that we can stop it before it spreads. I need to know where...
No.
Damn it, I'm trying to save your life, their lives.
You don't understand our lives. What do you know about our lives? We'll just have to take our chances, Doctor.
Suddenly I felt kind of dizzy. Shaking dizziness, is that one of the symptoms?
Could be, but your temperature's fine. Why don't you try loosening your cummerbund?
I wish you had more interesting reading material around here.
We do. How about a pamphlet on gum disease?
No, you're not. Tell your sister to take the potato bug outside.
Mrs. Ramirez? Good news, Mrs. Ramirez. Your baby's fever just broke. He's going to be all right.
Oh, Tony's all right. Oh, gracias.
Gracias. You can let us go now.
Well, not right away. Soon. You can see Tony if you like.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, what's wrong with this baby? What is wrong with this baby? Oh, yes, it's gonna be all right. Oh, don't cry. Oh, poor sweet baby. See, everything's all right now. Mm-hmm. Yes, it's gonna be okay.
What's up?
Look at this. It's a sputum specimen, stained it by Wason's method. There's no doubt about it. It's another case of pneumonic plague.
Who is it?
Elena Ramirez.
Oh, boy. She left the hospital.
Impossible. Elena would never leave her baby.
Well, she left him all right. She left this for you. Unconditional surrender. She said she couldn't give Tony anything but a life of pain and misery, and you should go ahead and adopt him.
Oh, Trapper, this is terrible.
Yeah, well, on top of that, we just got her test back from the lab. She has the plague.
Oh, my God. And she's probably wandering around out there afraid to ask for help.
And spreading the disease.
Boy, I sure made a mess of things, didn't I? This is all my fault.
Oh, come on, Melanie, you can't blame yourself for this. She got the plague all by herself.
Well, maybe not the plague, but causing her to run away like this. Leaving her baby to me. Me and my big mouth.
Don't see how your big mouth has anything to do with this.
Oh, I was being so grand, so noble about adopting Tony. I made her feel as if she couldn't raise her son by herself. We've got to find her. I won't be able to live with myself if we don't.
She may not be living if we don't.
How would I know where she is?
We know she's your neighbor, Veronica, so where does she live?
We'd only meet in the streets. These people come and go. No sense of community.
Where is your home?
Wherever I hang my hat.
Did you find out anything?
No, nothing. How about you?
No, she's a tough case. Won't crack.
What is this, dragnet?
Veronica, chances are Elena went back to her family or her friends, wherever they are. Now, if we don't find her, she could die, and so could they.
I'd like to help you, kid, but honestly, you gotta believe me. There ain't no addresses with these people. And when the authorities start sniveling around, they just get up and move away somewhere. You ain't never gonna find her.
You must have met some of her.
Gons, you got a phone call.
Tell him I'll call back.
Well, it's kind of important. He said he won't speak to anybody but you. You can take it on this line here.
Excuse me. Yeah, this is Dr. Gates.
Dr. Gates? Elena Ramirez. She said we can trust you.
Where is she?
She is sick. Very sick.
Yeah, I know she's sick. It's important that we find her. She needs help.
You must promise you will come alone.
I give you my word, man. Now, where is she? Dr. Gates, where is she?
This way, please.
All right, everybody move back, please.
Ándale, ándale. Muévense para atrás todo el mundo.
You came. Thank you, Dr. Gates, for coming.
She knew we could trust you. Thank you, Dr. Gates.
I'm gonna have to take you back to the hospital.
No.
I'm gonna have to take all of you back.
Dice que no quiere ir para los hospitales. No puede ser. No es posible. No, the immigration people.
Forget about the immigration people.
We can't forget the immigration people.
Look, the sickness is caused by the bite of a flea. The fleas are carried by rats, rodents. This place right here is probably where it all began. It's got to be cleaned out, and every one of you has to be treated.
Dice que la enfermedad esta es por una rata que nos picó y que todos nosotros tenemos que ir al hospital.
No podemos, no.
Nos vamos a estar todos infectados.
It's got to be done, damn it, if you want to stay alive.
Alive for what? To be sent away? Deported?
You're not going to be deported.
You can promise us that.
No, I can only promise that I'll try. I'll do everything in my power to see to it that you're given a break.
How?
I don't know how. I'm just going to do it, that's all. Now, you've got a choice to make. You can either trust me to help you or you can lay around this dump and hope the plague doesn't kill you.
Dice que si no nos lleva para allá nos vamos a morir aquí, que la plaga está todo infectado y que eso no se puede hacer. No sé.
Que ir
¿Está bien así? No sé lo que vamos a hacer.
Claro.
Dr. Gates. We'll go with you.
Ich bin überzeugt, dass es für Sie kein Problem ist. Dr. Gates sagte mir, Sie können helfen. Hören Sie, ich weiß, dass diese Leute illegal hier sind. Aber das wird sich doch irgendwie deichseln lassen. Diese armen Leute hoffen, dass sie eine Aufenthaltsgenehmigung kriegen. Ich meine, da kann man doch nicht einfach den Kopf in den Sand stecken. Da muss doch was passieren. Hallo? Hallo?
Aufgelegt?
Ja, ich führe ein aufschlussreiches Gespräch mit dem Freizeichen. Und was tun wir jetzt? Niemand scheint sich um diese Menschen kümmern zu wollen.
Die sind bereits 4 Tage hier. Wie stellt er sich das bloß vor? Gonzo muss jetzt was einfallen. Aber schnell.
Why did you put yourself out on a limb like that?
Because those people need help. That's why, because they need somebody they can trust.
Oh, man, it's a hospital, not an immigration service.
Oh, come on, Trapper. These people have been given a bum rap all the way down the line. They're decent, hard-working people who've been sold a bunch of phony immigration papers. All they're trying to do is make a better life for themselves. And instead, we're treating them like they're a bunch of common criminals.
Mm-hmm. And you are going to solve all their problems.
Well, somebody's got to do it.
Mm-hmm. But somebody with influence, clout, somebody who knows all the right strings to pull.
You just gave me a marvelous idea.
Of course I did. That was my plan. Let's go.
Good news, my friends. The quarantine has been lifted. You can all go home. All right. Take it easy now.
Bye, Stanley.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Goodbye.
You know, I was just getting used to it in there. That TV is much better than ours.
Wait till we get the bill.
Why should we pay? We didn't ask to be put in there.
That's right, Dougie. No, I'm on my way home. And if I find one dog hair in the house, somebody's going to be in big trouble.
You know, this kid's pretty cute.
Yeah, it's a shame, you know?
Yeah, rotten shame.
What's a shame?
Hardly seems fair.
What isn't fair?
No, poor little guy. Here, would you mind, Stan?
Oh, no.
There you go.
No. Ooh.
Too bad his mother can't stay in the country, huh? Then maybe the poor little fella could have a decent kind of life, huh?
Yeah, looks like the little tyke's in for a rough time of it.
Yeah.
Why should he have a rough time?
You know, his mother's a gifted seamstress, too. If she only knew somebody in this country who could get her the proper papers, someone with connections, influence.
Yes, but there's a nurse in pediatrics, got a friend who's a next-door neighbor to a judge.
Well, I have connections.
No, we need someone who knows someone who really has clout.
Guys, yeah. I have clout.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I can think of anybody, though.
No.
Guys? Hey, you guys. I have a connect... Well, I mean, my dad has connections.
What'd you say, Stan?
I said my dad. My dad has connections. Clout, well, you know, I mean, he knows lots of people in Washington.
Oh, come on, Stanley. Your father wouldn't be interested in helping a little baby.
What are you talking about? My dad loves babies.
No, we couldn't ask him.
Nah.
I got an idea. I'll ask him. Yeah? Dad and I are very close. We're practically like this.
Oh, yeah.
Hi. Glad to hear you're feeling better. Well, looks like the worst is over. They've lifted the quarantine. You and the baby will be going home soon.
For me, the immigration people will be waiting. Mrs. McIntyre, take good care of my Tony.
I don't want your baby.
But you promised me.
Dr. Gates made a promise to you.
Oh, he's done nothing.
Wait a minute. He, Dr. McIntyre, and some others have pulled a few strings around here. And with the aid of certain influential people, convinced the immigration department to go over your case.
And send me away.
No. The way things look, you and your people will probably get your papers, work permits, whatever it takes.
And so what is this going to cost me?
Plenty. A little faith in your fellow man and a lot of hard work. Have you ever tried raising a kid around here these days? Especially one like Tony? The way he eats? Of course, that's nothing. Wait till he gets a little older and starts bringing his friends home for peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Tacos.
Tacos. Right. Much better for him. Got to stay away from the junk food. I know with mine, Trapper and I were very careful about that. Very little candy and sweet stuff. Of course, Trapper gave in to him once in a while, but me, I was firm. Now, you know, I think Tony's going to be a very strong-willed kid. And if you want him to respect you, you got to be firm. Lay down the law. It'll hurt you more than it'll hurt him, but take it from me.
Dr. Branca, please call the OR. Dr. Mervyn Branca, call the OR.
Just what do you think you're doing?
Relax. I'm just taking some things nobody wants. You wouldn't believe the good stuff people throw out.
Really? Excuse me.
And not only that, but it looks like Elena's been promised a good job when she gets cleared. Close to where I work, so she and the baby can visit.
Ah, yes, the joy and privilege of knowing the right people in high places.
Speaking of people in high places.
Don't forget, Stanley, the good stuff's on the bottom.
I'm just telling him that.
John,